Hello, hello, hello. What up, though?
What up, what up, what up?
Welcome to A Lady and a Savage podcast. This is our premiere episode. We did it, Chuck?
Right, exactly. We talked about it a lot, but we never did it.
Yes. We talked about this for a very, very long time. I'm Tosha.
I'm Chuck.
And you can find me on Instagram at Simply Tosha with an O, Tosha.
And I'm Alien Bread Inc. I think that's it, right?
Yep. It's alien, just like it sounds. Bread, like get that bread, get that head, then leave.
Yeah.
Bread, and then ink, INC. Alien Bread Inc. All right, so we're really super excited to bring some great topics and conversation to this platform. Like I said, we've been talking about it for a really long time. So something you can expect is great conversation, good laughs,
Absolutely.
relevant topics.
Absolutely.
And we also want to hear from you guys. What kind of topics would you like us to talk about? What are you guys interested in?
Right, because we also have like viewers options where you can write it in. You can send us an email. Tell us the topics you want us to talk about just to get our opinion or his and hers perspective of whatever situation or whatever you have actually going on in your life for the moment.
Absolutely. So use those messages. You can reach us on Facebook Messenger. You can reach us on our Instagram page through the DMs. We are at A Lady and a Savage podcast. And we also have a Facebook page where you can catch all of our updates. You can watch the show stream live, which I hope that's the platform you're watching on now. And you can leave us messages through Messenger and just shoot us messages about anything, like ask us questions. If you got a dilemma, if you want advice, we are happy to give advice.
Not always going to be the best advice.
Yeah, like no one said
not
we're
on my
experts.
But it'll be honest advice. It'll probably not be what's best for you, but it'll be the most honest advice you probably ever get in your life.
For sure. All right, so that's one thing we want to do. And another thing we want to do is keep y'all in the loop. So we're going to have a segment called Ears to the Streets where we talk about some of the hottest topics and current events in social media. So check us out for that.
And even things that's actually going on locally. We both here from the metro area, so Detroit, Southfield. So definitely we want to know what's going on in the city. You can definitely call in as well. We're going to give that number out when it's time for people to start calling in. But most importantly, we also looking for sponsorship. Everybody who do know me, you know I like a good sponsor. So sponsorship is important. We'll be actually accepting information through the email as well. Allow 24 to 48 hours for us to get back with you, but we'll send you a package of how we want to play that out. But the goal is for us to actually be able to market your items as well as let everybody know what you got on your plate.
That's what's up. And shout out to all the businesses, but especially the Black-owned businesses. We want to hear from you. We want you to be our sponsors. We want to promote your goods, your products, your services. So reach out to us. Our email is aladyandasavagepodcast@gmail.com. So we'll be looking out to hear from folks who want to sponsor us. So that's exciting.
Definitely need that bag real quick.
Always need that bag.
Yeah, need that.
All right, and if you want to be a guest on A Lady and a Savage, hit us up too. We love to have you in the studio with us to hear your perspective. But if you're watching and listening tonight, please chime in the comments and listen out for our call-in number because we want to hear from you. Do call us. Do chime in the conversation. We want this to be an interactive platform where we actually interact with the people as well as talk to each other. But we're great at talking to each other, so we want to hear from you too.
Absolutely. So do you want to jump right into the topic or what you want to do?
I'm ready.
This is day one, so we can really do whatever we feel like. We're making the rules up as we go.
Y'all can do whatever y'all like every show.
See, there we go, Tosh.
Well, you know how I feel.
Well, the topic of the show is, if you haven't heard or read or seen on any of the posts that we got going on, is fuck your job. Because pretty much, I know everybody's been in a situation where you either wanted to walk away from that particular job or that opportunity, or you just wasn't feeling it. You wasn't buying into the corporate program as we're a family, we're a team. It's a collaborative effort, man. Fuck all that. So we want to talk about that. We want to get your perspective about how you feel about that. And then I'm actually going to share a couple personal stories where I definitely was like, fuck that job.
His stories are great. So, guys, if you're listening and you want to call in and share a story, we want you to share a story about a time where you sitting at that desk and you're like, man, fuck this job. We are at 248-854-9850. We ask that you have the volume on your device turned down. If not all the way down, turn it down low so that we don't get the feedback. We can hear you clearly and the audience can hear you too. Y'all ready? All right, let's go. So, the way I feel about fuck that job is that's how I feel about every job except the current job that I have, because I feel like
Disclaimer. That was a disclaimer. Y'all didn't catch that, but go ahead.
Disclaimer and truth, because I'll keep it real. If I felt that way about my job today, I just wouldn't say nothing. I'd just be like, yeah, okay. It'd be like that. But for real, like, I feel like these jobs be lying. First of all, they bring you into the fold. You have your interview. Oh, great. We're a family. There's nothing we care more about than your needs and your family's needs and things that you need. And then the minute you asking for a day off, yeah, we got the such and such rolling out. I kind of need you here, and it's always like some bullshit.
But see, you know what? I can admit that I played both roles before. I've worked in corporate America, but I've been in a leadership role where I had to sell that to my people. I had to sell that false dream of I'm going to help you grow to where you're going to be comfortable and your family's going to be comfortable. That's all some bullshit. I'm not going to help you grow in that aspect. I'm just going to help you perform to where I look good so I don't have to fire your ass, pretty much. And it's the same view that they look down upon us the same way. It's like it's just a ranking. I mean, you are a number at the end of the day because when you look at the finances, you do have an employee number.
That's true. So, with that being said, don't you feel like you can still do that? Like, that can still be the goal without you selling people a dream? And then, like, when they expect you to deliver, you looking strange.
As a doer, yes. But as somebody who's dictating and delegating, no. As a delegator, you got to kind of buy into some of that bullshit so that you can sell it to the next person. But as a doer, you just doing what you expected, what you asked to do. You coming in, you clocking in. You ain't trying to grow. You getting your bread, and then you working on plan A. You know what I'm saying? The job is really plan B. You just trying to get your bread, but then you really working on plan A because you coming in, you in and out. You ain't making no friends. You ain't trying to get no personal levels with nobody, so it's just totally different.
That's true. So what's your story? Or one of them?
I'll tell you a story how I ended up in the automotive industry. I was working in the financial industry for pretty much as long as I can remember. For a long
That's how we met. So it's been well over 20 years. It has to be because it's been 18 years we've been friends.
She telling a whole lot of shit. Like, damn. Yeah, I'm old.
And we're only 25.
No, we ain't. We ain't at all. But pretty much, I was working at this company for probably about 7 years. I had worked my way up through various positions. I had to force them to promote me through different roles. They continuously increased my pay, but they never wanted to give me the title. So they sent me through some bullshit programs, all these different things. They really sold a dream. The company, I mean, it's an okay company depending on what you're trying to do, what your end goal is. If you're trying to get your bread in certain areas, it's a great company. But then other aspects, the way that they try to mold their people about following these certain ways of working, I'll say, because I don't want to use their term because then people will know who I'm talking about. It's some bullshit. Like, one day they literally asked me, as somebody who's not happy in their role, to give a tour of the building to some individuals who was becoming partners of other companies, some different partnerships. And literally, it's like 2 p.m. in the afternoon, and they bring me the information. They say the people pulling up, they in the lobby. And in that moment, I literally was like, you know what? I've been here for 7 years. I probably got all the money they going to give me because they not going to give me the title I want. And I literally was like, fuck this job. I literally wrote a resignation letter in like 1 minute, walked straight to HR and was like, yeah, this is my last hour. Gave them my badge and said everything else is at the desk. They literally chased me out the building to try to talk me out of walking away. I'm like, no, real talk. Fuck this job. Like, it's best that I leave now because I don't want to put my hands on nobody that I didn't never like. So I'm like, let me just get out of here. But that's literally like, it happened at the split second.
So you just was like, I'm out.
Yeah.
Like right in that moment.
But don't sleep on that, because in that moment, God opened up another door for me immediately. He gave me really what's as close to my dream job that I've wanted without having to work for myself and to become an entrepreneur. Is I'm able to be more flexible in my time, my schedule. I don't have to go in the office. You know what I'm saying? I work from home. I can work from anywhere really in the world.
Did you have your plan B or that next opportunity already lined up when you walked out that day, or it fell in your lap? It just happened to fall in your lap after the fact?
I didn't have any plan.
We be like, fuck that job with no plan B. We just be like, this isn't it.
The only plan I had was there was some interviews lined up. And I'm a firm believer of if you claim it as yours. And I was like, I'm about to get this shit. And then I had good people around me telling me, like, you know what? You know too much. You do too much. Like, fuck that job. Like, go somewhere else. Because a lot of times we get so comfortable. You think because you're getting all these years in, they really don't give a fuck about you. Like, when you bounce, as much as people say that look bad on your resume, it doesn't. As long as it's not a 6 month, you know what I'm saying? You jumping every 6 months. Now, every couple of years, you elevating and you increasing your income.
Yeah.
And that's most importantly is increasing your income, because if you're going to work for somebody, you got to be comfortable.
Well, clearly, they chased you out the building and you still didn't stay. But was there anything that company could have done in the final hour to keep you on deck?
Absolutely. They could have gave me that VP title. They could have gave me an office somewhere in somebody's corner. They could have gave me a hybrid schedule along with that, which means I will only work 2 days out of the week in the office, along with another 6-week vacation time on top of the 6 weeks I already had. Then I would have stayed.
Yeah, but you was definitely leaving, because I know that company and they wasn't giving you a hybrid schedule. I'm going to start with the hybrid alone. Was going to be enough.
You know the most insulting thing, and I know it's probably not going to sound insulting to many because this is what you see normally on a merit increase. They offered me 5%.
Yeah.
An immediate 5% increase. I laugh.
That's how they roll.
Like, are you serious? Like 5%? Like, I can't even get no damn gas with that.
That's another thing that makes people say, fuck that job. The pay. Why is it that when I'm asking for time off that I earn, you got to mull over it? Oh, we kind of need you here. We got this going on. You got to mull over the decision. And you already ain't paying me what I'm worth.
Yeah.
Like, where are the coins? This is America. I'm just gonna keep it funky. I'm like one false emergency, one false move away from being in poverty. Like,
well, I'm in that. I'm kind of teetering in a certain situation right now, where depending on this return to work stuff, I might have to literally say, and I really love what I do. I might have to say, fuck that job. Because you want me to come in. Like, you really want me to clock in and come to you. Not me just work you want me to come to you. That's the part that bothers me.
Yes.
I got to get dressed and come to you the way you want me to look, the way you want me to be. I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
Dang.
That's a lot.
Cold world.
It definitely is. That's a lot. And it just depends on what they say. Now, I can do a hybrid, like I said. But that full time, every day, you got to clock in somewhere. That's very difficult. That's very difficult.
You got to smile in their faces for real.
And I commend everybody who's doing that, because there's a lot of people that you do it well. I commend you for that shit. You do it well.
Not for me.
Yeah, it's something that I just can't really do. I'm not good at it. That's not one of my strong suits at all. That's an opportunity for me.
It's not a strength.
Not at all. Not at all.
That's crazy. All right, so we want to hear from y'all. Don't forget, on the Facebook page, we have a button. You can literally just hit call now, and it gives you our number. And our number is 248-854-9850. Don't forget to turn the volume all the way down on your device and give us a call. Tell us your experiences.
Definitely want to know. I want to know the most recent experience. Or if you teetering in that moment right now where you trying to decide, do I quit this job? Do I stay? Ask us. Tell us what the situation is. I'm going to tell you whether you should quit that motherfucker.
Man, so my funny story is actually super recent, too. I've only been at my current job for a few months, but the company I was at before that was in the finance industry as well. And I was already like over it. I was just like, I was over it. It was after COVID. We had been called back to the office. No more working from home. And then like, I wasn't cool with the conditions of the office post-COVID though. Like, it's one thing to call us back to work, but if you call us back to work and you got us feeling like secure and safe, and I feel like things are gonna be good, tighty-yitey, cool. Nah.
We were sitting they were sitting close like this.
They were sitting like this, and we did have, well, we didn't even have cubicles, we had workstations, and they had these like plexiglass dividers between each station. I'm talking about as soon as that vaccine dropped.
Wow.
Yeah, we're going to be coming around. They sent the email. We're going to be coming around and getting all of the plastic dividers from between the workstations.
Because you vaccinated?
No, because the vaccine existed. You didn't even have to be vaccinated. They didn't care what your status was. It's a vaccine available. It's up to you to go get it. You don't need this plexiglass divider anymore.
And there's not a lot of large financial institutions around here. We're in the area. So we all know the ones we're talking about. We're not talking about where I'm at. No, because I'm at a great one right now. I can't say the name, but I'm definitely at a great one. But they treat me well. I don't know about anybody else, but they treat me wonderful. But there's one that everybody, I hear about them.
So this one, so this was what was going on with the COVID stuff. And then, like, they were doing temperature checks. They cut that. They were asking you when you walked in, like, how you felt, if you had symptoms, if you were good. They cut that. Everything that had to do with COVID and keeping you safe, they cut that. And it was like, masks weren't mandated. You could wear one for your own comfort.
Maybe they was trying to hurry up and let y'all get it so y'all can build y'all immune system up.
Yeah, I really don't know.
So more people could come into the office.
I don't know, because the Lord came and blessed this one. I can only worry about myself. And I got that call that said,
did you give a 2 week notice?
We want you. I did give a 2 week notice. But what made me nervous was when I interviewed for my current role, I never spoke salary with them. I never found out what the offer was. I just knew I wanted this particular job, and I knew I wanted out of my current job that I was in. So I didn't really ask questions. So when they called to offer me the job, I was so excited. I had already written my resignation letter. I had my finger on send, and she was like, and the salary is, and I was like, I gotta work here. I gotta stay here. I gotta work here. I'm stuck here.
You're supposed to definitely make sure you negotiate that first. I say that to everybody. That's a announcement right there. One thing I always do is up the price every time.
Yeah.
And even when they offer whatever they offer me, I always counter. It doesn't matter what they tell you. It doesn't matter if it's an amount that you actually excited about. This is $20,000-$30,000 more than what you was making. When they come to that certain amount, throw another 30 on there. I was looking towards more like 220.
Yeah, one of my girlfriends my best girlfriend told me that, actually. She was like, oh, snap. I wish you had consulted with me first. I would have told you not to tell them that number. Like,
yeah, you got to go up.
Because they gave me, I guess I was so thrown by the number they originally gave me, which was like $8,000 to $10,000 less than what I was currently making. That's why I was like, oh my God, I'm stuck here. I got to stay here, and I'm going to have COVID, and I'm going to die because they don't care. But I was like, I was so thrown. So I was like, and so I told her, I was like, I can't do that. I was like, I just moved. I was like, I got all these expenses. So she was like, well, what are you currently making? And this is where my bestie said I went wrong. She's like, well, what are you currently making? So I told her what I was currently making. I don't know who listening. So I told her what I was currently making. And my homegirl was like, you were supposed to pad that by at least 5 G's and let them come back and forth.
At least 20. See, here's the thing. There's always a low, a mid, and a high. I don't care what position you apply for. In corporate America, if don't nobody else tell you shit, remember I'm telling you, there's always a low, a mid, and a high. And I don't care if you at McDonald's. I don't care if you work at the dollar store. Every single position has been mapped out at a low, medium, and high. So you want to always go above the high. So when they give you your offer, they meet you somewhere between the middle and the high. Because if you start in the middle, you definitely getting the low.
See, I was just uneducated, I think, because for one thing, I was going from corporate America to an education system. Okay. And it's a little bit different, especially with where I'm at, because it's a private institution. And so they're...
Oh, so they do whatever the hell they want.
Yeah, their funds are from their own like pool of funds. So she like made it sound like it was about to be a struggle to get what I was asking for. She's like, I'm gonna go back and check because you know we have a certain budget for this type of staff versus teachers and this and this. So I was like scared in the mug, like I don't want to work here no
And
more.
I'm sure she came back like, oh, we can do that.
Yeah, she came back like, so we were able to get to such and such.
But that was her doing a good job. She was selling you the position. She was selling you that salary. She made you feel good even when you wasn't feeling good about the first offer. She did a good job. See, she actually is buying into the bullshit. You see what I'm saying? That's what I mean by the differences between when you hiring a person and you doing a job, or you the actual owner. You gotta kind of sell some shit that really don't make sense to nobody but yourself.
So
and
now
smile.
that song is in my head. Bitch, you doing a good job.
See, she's doing a good job.
She did that shit. Yeah, she did. And so she worked me a little, but the whole objective was to get enough where I was comfortable enough to leave where I was at. And so I think if I wasn't so focused on getting the fuck on, I could have negotiated better. But I was so excited to be dipping, like, ooh.
And something too though to really think about is never stop looking.
Yeah.
Like really never stop
heard
looking
that.
for, always have everything turned on as you are looking for a job. I have, I don't have everything turned on. I don't want nobody to think I have everything. But for the people that need a job and looking for a job, don't turn nothing off. Leave everything on. Accept all offers. If somebody send you something and they say, hey, we have this opportunity over here, and it's for a position that's actually a step down even from the position that you are in, that does not mean that your pay is going to decrease. Because there's been several situations where I've taken several steps backwards into doing some of the basics, and I've almost doubled my salary. So there's a lot of different things that you got to consider that you're not even thinking about because you're just thinking, oh, they say that this is the amount that they paying, or this is the job, or I can't do that job.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I say try everything. If Donald Trump can be president, come on now. Like, that's just simple shit.
You're right. Go ahead and chew you a Lysol wipe.
Don't do that.
Go on and drink a little Lysol. It'll get that coronavirus right on together.
But nothing wrong with a little spirit. If you need a little spirit in your life, ain't nothing wrong with that. But I wouldn't recommend any Lysol. That was a joke. Don't nobody do that. It was not to be taken seriously.
That is hilarious. All right. We don't have anybody calling. Hit us up.
How do we even know when people calling?
Our engineer knows.
Oh, okay. See, I'm learning. This day one for me.
One of us is new at this. One of us is newish. And both of us are pros. Anyway.
Yeah, it's going to get to that point. Well, while we waiting, I guess I go into my second story then.
I'm ready.
Okay.
She ready.
This one is a little older. It was years ago. I'll say it was years ago. I was working for, this little facility where we was recycling things.
Okay.
So, they kept changing my hours. Like, 1 minute it was like I got to be there at 5 a.m. Then the next couple of days I got to be there at 6 a.m. Then the next couple of days I got to be there at 7 a.m. So they just kept changing my start time based off when they wanted to get all these different trucks out. So I'm probably like I probably was only like a month and a half in. I don't even think I was in a month and a half in. I already called off too like 3 times. So
you was already saying fuck this job, little do you.
I was, but I needed the job at the time. I really did. So I'm working the job, you know what I'm saying? I'm really trying to, and I'm selling it to everybody else like I'm really trying, like it's not me. Knowing that, like, bro, you called off. You kept going wherever you was going. You just didn't go home, but you was not really serious about that job. So I ended up going in one day. I think I went and got my check. It was on the day that I was off. I went and got my check, and I started looking at the deductions, and I started looking at how much I was making an hour. And I'm like, this shit is crazy. I'm getting up at 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning for this. And in that moment, I've always been the type of person who I definitely live the spur of the moment. I'm definitely that type of person. Like, I don't worry about nothing. I walk by faith. I just make random decisions, and that was one of them random decisions. I looked at that check and I was like, "This is disappointing."
Is that why you're divorced?
Oh shit!
I'm just joking.
That's a whole nother episode. Why I'm divorced. But some of my irrational and random decision making skills does play a part in a lot of shit that happens. And it definitely caused me to cuss my boss off and quit in that moment. Like, literally, it was like a 10-second exchange. Like, here's your check, me opening it up. And I'm literally like, man, fuck you, I ain't. And then walking away, getting in my car, having to go back home. And at the time, I'm living with some family members. So I got to play it off like they probably listening and don't even know that I really quit that job. I didn't get fired. They wasn't fucking with me. It was me. It was all me. It was me calling off. It was just too many long nights with me and my cousins. Like, we used to get twisted back in the day on the regular, Monday through Friday. So it was just easy for me to be like, I'm not going to job. I mean, I'm not going to work.
See, that's why you need you a remote.
I definitely do.
Because I've hung out with you on a Sunday, and it is not for people with a job. It's not.
No. Sunday Fun Day. Well, actually, I'm thinking about canceling it. I don't know how everybody else feel about it, but it has been messing with my bag a little bit because I don't realize Sunday is Sunday.
Yeah, y'all be on demon time with the way y'all get down on a Sunday.
But I think Sunday is supposed to be the start of your week, so I kind of like to celebrate on Sunday so that the rest of my week can be a big celebration.
What are we celebrating? Getting up early and being old and grown and having to go places and not getting enough sleep? And
No, you got to celebrate the small wins. You woke up. It's the small wins.
just call me grandmama, because I
Shit, you
can't.
got enough money to get up and do something. Some people can't even get up and go get them a burger.
Shoot, I got enough money to get up and DoorDash.
But you can do it, so you should celebrate them DoorDashes.
See, don't get
And you should hand them their food.
No, because see, now you about to take me there. You about to take me
Because she
there.
really wants to say, fuck that job.
Fuck DoorDash, right? I really do. And the problem with that is going to get me onto a new tangent. That's a whole nother episode as well. But let's back it up to the other night. I'm DoorDashing. So I DoorDash, y'all, on the side of my career because I'm expensive. I will admit it. I'm expensive. I like
She like random shit.
to treat myself. I like to get my nails done. I like to get facials. I like to not have a hairy cooch. So all these things are expensive. And
That's another episode, too. We're going to talk about that.
I have to pay for them. You know why? Because men don't provide anymore. So that's a
Don't
whole
say
nother
that.
conversation.
That's disrespectful. Let's say that. Thank you. Yeah. The boys that
How
you
is
deal
the
with.
truth disrespectful?
Because the boys that you deal with don't do that.
Okay.
So don't say
that's
men.
another
Don't say men.
episode.
The boys you deal with don't do that.
Okay. I may reconsider. But
It's a fact. It's a
But I'm
fact.
delivering some flipping Cold Stone ice cream. Get out the car in these people's driveway. Get out and immediately slip and fall on a patch of ice. I'm cussing. I land in a patch of snow. So I slip on a patch of ice and I land in a patch of snow. I don't know if anyone has ever delivered for DoorDash and Uber Eats who's watching, but you know, like, you need to use your phone like the entire time. So I got my phone in my hand. My dang on phone done got in the snow. It's a little bit of wet. We have a caller. I'll pause the story.
What up, dog?
You are on with a Lady and a Savage podcast. Thank you for calling in. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from downriver.
What's going on with you? What's on your mind? You sound good.
Oh, thank you. Nothing much. Just got done cooking, chilling, I was wondering, so how do y'all feel about workplace romances? What about that?
That's a
about
whole
workplace
different kind of fuck that job.
That's a good
That's
that's a
interesting.
good.
That's the reason why half people say fuck that job, because I know I was in one.
But that's also a reason why you stay at the job.
No, that's the reason why I quit.
See, I think it depends on what the workplace romance is, how it's set up. So, for instance, if it's legitimate and you see somebody at work that you're interested in and they're interested in you in return and y'all like date.
It's not that serious.
Or
It was my boss.
Okay, because I was going to say something like that too. Like,
Did you
or
get a promotion?
Yeah. Did you get an extra bag? Do
So
tell.
actually, it wasn't even like,
So you
you
didn't get
know,
a promotion?
without really saying too much about what type of job it was. Well, honestly, I don't give a fuck. I was a stripper,
Hey.
so
Oh, yeah.
So
it
you
was
can't
my
get
it
no
was my
promotion.
bag
What, you was going to be the
anyway.
head stripper?
But bitch, no, not the head stripper, but no, like. So I
He
did get
tried
like
you.
free tip out. Like I didn't have to pay tip out. Never had to pay tip out.
No, that ain't
My
worth.
food
That
and
ain't
drinks
worth it.
was free. Stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So I did get perks or whatever, but it's just the overprotectiveness of the whole situation.
Mm.
Shit. You know? Like, oh, you was over here standing with this nigga too long talking to this, so it
It
was
just
messy. So
depends, though. See, I look at that in a different way. I had a different experience. I actually probably was one of the few who got lucky.
But I also feel like in the environment that she's describing is smaller. Like,
No,
it's not like
it's not
working
as
in
small
a
because
big
that's
corporation.
normal. He probably was fucking at least 10 of them.
Well, no, I'm saying like that's
he
why he was
definitely
able to
hitting
be
he
on
was
her
hitting
head
quite a
like
few
that.
of them.
See,
He was
she said
hitting
he was hitting a few.
Well, yeah, and I'm saying that's why
He
he
was
was on her
hitting
head like
for
that. I think
sure
in a
he was hitting.
big.
I mean, at the time I didn't know, of course,
You know.
but definitely. So listen, okay, I'm watching y'all on Facebook Live.
Thank
How
you.
is it that we're talking? Oh, okay, it's
You worried
lagging.
about the
Okay,
wrong
I see
thing.
it.
You worried about the
Okay,
wrong
No,
sorry,
you
I just
not.
have to.
You
I
can
have to make sure.
ask.
You worried about the wrong
She
thing.
trying to watch you
Don't
talking
worry
on the
about
phone.
what I'm worried about. Just be happy I'm supporting your black ass.
We
I'm
do
happy.
appreciate that. We happy about
That
that.
you're doing a good job.
Gotta support the fam.
Got to. I
Bing
love
bong. Get her ass out.
Take me out to dinner.
I
it.
got
Dinner and drinks.
you. Got to email me so I know who he really is. What's our
Oh,
email
okay,
address?
I'm sure you know who this is.
I know who it is. You said downriver. I don't know too many motherfuckers downriver.
Oh, you only know me because I said downriver. You don't know my voice.
No, but downriver is definitely, it's familiar.
He's out of control.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'm happy for y'all. Y'all doing a good job.
Thank you.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate you calling, though.
We do. Maybe somebody else will call now that they've heard you call.
Yeah, okay. I'm about to have my daughter call because she was say fuck her job too.
We don't want to hear the whole family. We heard one out of the house.
Yes, we do.
We don't need to hear the whole house.
He is out of control. Thank
You
you.
have a good night.
Have a good night.
Bye.
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 But
That's
see,
what's up.
that's good. But see, that's interesting when we talk about the
Workplace
romance
romances.
and fuck that job aspect, because that made me like my job until it got kind of messy. You remember that? We worked
that
together.
one?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
And she
I got
she was in a
several
romance
promotions.
with several.
But I got several promotions, so I wasn't mad
it
about
did
the
work
situation.
in your favor. It did work in your favor. But she was a hoe.
I wouldn't call her that. I
See,
think
you
she
wouldn't
was
call her that.
adventurous. I think she.
Adventurous. So we just
I think she was adventurous. I
let's
think
be
she
clear
just
that
didn't
there's nothing
settle.
wrong with being a hoe. So that's why we should call a thing a thing.
No,
If-
I wouldn't say hoe.
Hey, hoes out there, it's okay to be a hoe. That's your business.
No, don't let nobody call you a hoe. That's disrespectful.
Don't let no one call you one, but I'm calling people one. And this person.
That's like, what's that girl name that they talk about the slut shaming?
Oh, Amber Rose. I'm not shaming them though. I'm saying if it's
Yeah, but you shouldn't call them that because
enjoy.
they could be a domestic something. You know how they always give them a good name.
A domestic hoe?
No, I wouldn't call them a hoe. A domestic servant. Domestic giver. Like, be respectful.
Oh, okay.
Respect the hoe.
Okay.
But don't call her that.
Okay, well, hoes out there, y'all come up with a new name for yourselves that's more politically correct because Chuck here said I shouldn't call y'all.
No, that's rude. That's rude. I don't think it's rude if it's in the privacy of the home.
I mean, I'm not a hoe, but I've done hoe shit. Like.
I don't know what that is. See, I don't know what whole shit is because what I think
Maybe
is normal.
it's subjective.
Yeah, because I might think that's normal. And you might be like, oh, that's whole shit. And I'm like, no, they're just exploring options. Like, what is the problem?
But do you consider what was going on with you a workplace romance or workplace hookup? Because some of it is like...
I think for me, it was a workplace step. And for her, it was a workplace romance. For me, I knew what I was doing. I knew that this particular woman, I knew what I could do. So I knew it. And she already had dealings with somebody I knew. So the plot was already on. So I already knew what I was doing, but she got caught up in a minute. Like, she got caught up and started talking. And that caused issues in my household. And then that's when, I had to say, fuck that job. because it was, either the household or the job, and I was taking care of the household with the job.
No, I mean, you sort of kept the job. You just moved.
No, I said fuck that job as far as her.
Oh.
See, but she telling too much. Like, she telling way too. See, this how you know we too close, because she know too many details, and she ain't even supposed to be telling y'all all that shit.
Just playing. He didn't move.
I don't know anything. I know people out there trying to put timelines and shit together. Like, what y'all? I hope my ex-wife ain't watching.
You can't. Nobody can.
Because she probably trying to figure it out.
No,
but
nobody
I'm sure
can.
she know. Yeah.
You think?
I'm positive she know everything. I told her everything.
Before you told her that story, did she suspect it? Did she ever say she suspected it? I didn't think y'all were obvious.
Yeah, she had blew everything up at the time that it happened. Like, when I moved, since you said I moved, shit. When I moved, shit got real. Like, when I moved, all that came out about me and old girl, because, we was kind of still working together. So it was a fucked up situation, but it was actually for the benefit of my family. Like, I know won't nobody else look at it the way that I look at it, but that's how I was able to move. That's how I moved my family somewhere. That's how I bought the house. Everything come with a price. So,
yeah.
I had to do what I had to do for my family. Certain people do that shit all the time. I don't see no problem.
True.
It's life.
Have you ever had a workplace romance?
Have you ever thought about or started to quit because of a work romance?
Oh, nope. Nope.
See, I did that. I did it a couple of times, too. I had a couple of situations at work, and I had to leave. But they were second jobs. They wasn't my primary.
Was it getting sticky, like messy? Like, why were you even considering leaving just over the romance?
I'm a stickler for bad management.
Yes.
I hold my manager more accountable than they could ever probably hold me. So for me, that's a start. And then if I got something going on at work and that go bad, then I gotta go, because the at work relationship ain't keeping me happy. The job ain't keeping me happy. Then you just gotta walk away. You gotta quit.
Nothing keeping me here.
No, for what? What am I staying for? What am I get an extra 5% next year? Like,
so
what I'm doing, if I'm not happy, like, you gotta really love what you do.
What if you had your dream job, your dream salary, and the workplace romance got messy?
Then I'm probably gonna do everything in my power to get
Then
mess out of the building.
AKA get they tail
But
fired.
no, I'm not gonna get them fired, because it just may not be the best role for them anymore, and we may need to find them another opportunity. So
we're going with it's not the best fit now.
Yeah, it might not be the best fit for them. So it's not that we getting them fired; we're finding them another opportunity outside of the organization. So it's to everybody's benefit.
Okay, all right, you say it. Oh, so back to the DoorDash. So I get out, fall in the snow. I couldn't believe it. Phone wet. Then I see, I done busted the Cold Stone bag and everything. So they had like this empty flower pot stand, and I just threw their ice cream in the flower pot stand. I tried to call her. She didn't answer the phone. So I was trying to text her. I'm in my car trying to text, and then I noticed like something brown on my hand, and I hear a dog barking in the back. I said, Jesus,
You had
this
shit
is
on
bad.
you?
I said,
Did you have shit on you?
it was brownie from her ice cream. I smelled it. I was like, if this is dog shit, I'm quitting.
Because she texted me when she fell, and she told me that she fell.
I'm never door dashing again.
But you didn't tell me that you had nothing brown on you. So we really don't know if that was shit or if that was actually brownie from the ice cream.
I wouldn't lie. I'd tell the truth and be mad, but it was just a brownie from her ice cream.
Did she leave you a tip?
She did tip me, but she could have gave me an extra tip. That's how I felt, because DoorDash will let you tip after the fact.
But you should have stayed on the ground and called her from the floor.
I did, and she took forever to come out, because I was like, first I sat there stunned that this happened at all, and then I'm like, okay, is she not going to come outside? Then I got infuriated because the whole request was to hand it to her. Would you have taken this long to come to the door just in general? Because it's cold.
It be like that, though. I move slow sometimes.
I don't do well being a damsel in distress.
But I do tip, too. I do tip the drivers.
Okay.
But I want my shit in my hand. Like, you leave mine outside on the flower pot or you leave it at the door, I'm reporting it as I never got it.
See, you one of those. So why we got to be like that?
And you're not getting the tip. It's just that simple. If my directions say, put it in my hand, and you sending me a damn screenshot
Well, that's
of a
fine because
picture
you
or
don't live in
something.
the hood. But some of these people be on Mac and Bewick with the handed to me, and
Okay,
I'm like,
we're not gonna call
I
out
don't
Mac,
feel
we're not gonna
safe.
talk about Mac and Bewick like that because I'm not that far from Mac and Bewick. I'm just saying.
I mean, clearly I'm adjacent if that's my delivery area,
I'm
but I
about
don't
to
live
say
there.
we're not gonna talk about the East Side. Period. Like I'm over there now. Like, and I grew up over there, so we're not gonna talk about the East like that.
When you're door dashing in the night, a woman alone on the East Side,
You should have a pistol with you.
I'm working on it.
Definitely, you got to get that.
But the bottom line is, I shouldn't be out doing this hard labor.
Well, that's a different episode. You got to talk about why you ain't got no man. Like that's. I mean, shit, that sounds personal. Hey, that's really not.
Don't play that song.
I'm just saying that's not. I don't think that's
Don't play
anybody's
that song
fault.
for him.
That's a personal issue. That's a personal issue. Then I mean, maybe the viewers and me can help you. We might can match you with somebody and get you a man this year. A husband. Let's not say a man. Let's get you a husband this year, 2022.
That's not poor.
What's poor? You don't want a husband?
I don't want a poor one.
Oh, okay. So it's a stipulation if he's rich or poor. What is poor?
I didn't say rich.
It's off topic, but what is poor?
Unable to help.
In what way?
Every financial way.
See, and this is the thing.
Get me off the streets.
We're going to get off topic, and I'm going to give y'all this one message.
DoorDash.
You got to be specific.
Not the track.
Nope,
streets.
you got to be specific. You can't say everything. You got to be specific.
Okay, so being specific, it would be nice to have a partner that makes 80,000 plus.
But what if his money tied up in bills? How you going to help you?
Why do you have your whole $80,000?
See, she
Salary.
worried about the wrong thing again. You know what? I'm going to have to give my cousin like $5 every time I say that because now I know why he said so much. Because people be worried about the wrong shit all the time. She worried about why his money tied up.
Why you act like everybody you know is financially responsible? Are you financially
Because they kind of,
responsible?
I'm getting there.
But you're requiring
Pause,
somebody-
because the whole point. See, aren't you? Wait,
Listen,
here we go again.
That's a great
Aren't
question.
you supposed to be? No, I'm just teasing.
Hey,
No,
I'm the engineer.
right. All jokes aside, no, it's for balance though. So if I'm weak in that area, I do want somebody strong in that area. Just like if a guy doesn't cook and he wants a spouse that cooks because he doesn't.
Okay, we could
Nothing
talk about
is
that.
wrong with that.
We could debate about that all night. Like,
Right, but
real
I'm
talk.
saying in terms of like strength and weaknesses. Like that's what balance is. You're married.
We're going to say that for a whole episode
We
about
don't know
balance
how long
and
you're gonna be
weaknesses.
married for, but I'm just.
Now you can't get her off of
I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna be smooth with mine. We on the same page. Money ain't a factor, and that's why most people don't make it because they make money the most important factor, and it's not. It shouldn't
It's
be.
not.
You can make that together.
You know
It's
what
not
I'm
the
saying?
most important.
So
I didn't say that.
I can tell you now. You can ask for a guy that. And be like, yeah, I want this guy to make 80K. Then you get the guy that got 80K, but then his management ain't that great.
Oh yeah,
Then-
no,
what
that
I'm
won't
saying.
be the
Hold on,
situation.
hold on.
Facts.
Or he may be good single, but he may be terrible with managing money with a partner.
Say that again.
So you asking for a guy that got this money and you think he gonna be straight when y'all get together, but that's not a guarantee.
Because I got poor money management skills.
Because really, y'all both got to be on the same page with how y'all spend money, what's important to you money wise. You know what I'm saying? Like if y'all not on the same page on that tip, like what's your priorities with money? Like what do you think about investing?
We got to think about that.
Or what do you think about having a business? Or what do you think about whatever it is? You know what I'm saying? Like those questions you got to have first.
I don't disagree with those things.
So I'm just telling you. So I'm just saying,
So how do
don't.
you feel?
If that's your only standard,
It's not. You know it's not.
but he asked you a direct question and you gave him. An
She
answer.
still can't.
Yeah,
No, she
to
really
that
didn't.
question.
Right, I'm only going by what you said. So your only requirement was that he got to make at least 80K.
No, he said what's poor.
Well, you really didn't answer what was poor, but that's
The goal was for
that's a
you to
whole
be
nother
more
thing.
specific. Because you said he can't be poor. Then you said he had to make at least 80K. But at the end of the day, that's not really the husband you want. You're naming off all the wrong things. You didn't say he had to be compassionate. You didn't say he had to be
I feel
God
like
fearing.
those things go without saying.
No,
You
it doesn't.
know me,
No.
though. But you know what I would want,
Have you
though,
went to the gas
because you know
station
me.
lately? Have you got a burger lately?
I've
Have
been
you-
to the gas station lately, of course. It's
So
nothing
you've
but
seen
the
these
bums
people-
outside. Bitch,
Okay, have you been in the grocery store?
Yes.
Have you been to the grocery store?
Yes, door dashing.
Have you been
in
to the
mic.
bank?
Yes.
Have you seen what people look like outside?
Yes. It's not looking
You
good.
got to be specific about they mental more than you got to be about their finances, because it might take for you to get with him for him to get that money that he's supposed to been getting.
Get that bread.
But he didn't have you to push him
Get
to
that
that
head.
next level. See, but that's all. We going off subject, and this is why she can't say fuck that job yet, because she ain't got the husband that she need. So she can say fuck that job. She still got to work because she's still waiting on Mr. 80K that
Because
can't
it's
pay
just
shit.
me. It's just me, and I'm tired of it being just me.
Yeah, but just squash money. I want you to eliminate the whole money factor, because money literally comes and goes.
I agree with that. However, I am tired of working I broke a nail with that fall. Do you understand?
I get you. Like, I don't want to work. I don't want to work no more. I want to sit at home too. Shit. What you talking about? If I could sit at home and do nothing, well, not do nothing because I'm gonna be busy. But if I didn't have to actually physically work, or I mean, who wouldn't want to work?
I'm just going to give you a suggestion. Just eliminate the numeric
Yeah.
goal that you.
Well, initially I didn't have one, but he made me say, "What's
You
poor?"
can say financially stable.
I just didn't want him to be poor. That was it.
Right, and you could have said poor was less than 20K. Like, that's poor. That's below the poverty.
And the reason why I say that is because
He was
everybody
trying-
poor is different.
That's poorer than poor.
Or you could have been like, he poor if he make less than me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So
He was
don't
trying to-
nobody
Okay,
know.
I'm gonna give you I'll give you a different example, but it doesn't have a number on it. But it's just an example. If somebody tells me, "Hey, I got a certain dollar amount towards, so I got this towards this particular thing," that's poor to me. Like, well, I got something on it.
What's poor to you? I'm too busy trying to get somebody to refill my cup. What's poor?
If you tell me that you're trying to like do something for me,
Okay.
or help me in a way, and
Okay.
you say you've got something toward it, like a certain dollar
Oh, you
amount,
want 100%.
just cover the
Gotcha.
yes. Because I got something toward it.
Which I don't offer unless I can cover it all. Now, if I say I
Thank
got
you.
something on it,
That's all I'm
that's
saying.
because you asked, and I'll say I ain't got
But
all
that's what I was just about to say. Like, if you asking somebody for some money
Yeah.
and he telling you what you can do, and then you be like, yeah, that ain't enough. You either
So
gonna
you
pay
ask.
all of it or you not gonna pay
Okay.
it. Now you have created a whole nother
Okay,
type
so-
of issue.
I asked because I was told the last time that I mentioned this particular thing, and I said I didn't get this done because I didn't have enough money for it. And he was like,
She
"Oh,
talking
you
about
should
regular
have asked me."
cosmetics.
He's like, "Oh, you should have asked me. I got you."
Right.
So, okay, so
But I'm
when
just-
the time came and I asked, you wasn't talking like the big dog.
But
Then
she
you
talking
like,
about
"Oh, I
something
got
small.
this
See,
towards."
she not telling y'all the whole story. She talking about
I get it.
like hair and gym shoe money.
Yeah, like you know the things I said that are expensive.
But all I'm saying is, if you ask a guy for some money and he wants to help, and he says to you like, "This is what I can do," and it's not all of it, and you be like, "Nah, you need to either pay all of it or not." Like,
Oh, I would never say that though.
that's what it sounds like.
No, I'm saying it to y'all because that's how I feel, but I wouldn't say it to them. That's rude.
No.
I get
Let's
it.
clear it up. Let's clear it
You
up.
know I wouldn't say it
I don't
to
want. Tasha not gonna get away with it like she didn't let me get away with extra information. Depending on who she was talking to at whatever year, they would have got that.
Listen,
the wrong person would have got.
I didn't get a taste of Tasha before. I already know.
Yeah,
So I mean,
they
she
would have
sitting
got
here
a
talking to
nasty
me-
response.
She talking to me like I'm just
Yeah,
brand
like,
new,
keep
like,
that
I
little
ain't
money.
sat in this
Yeah.
room
Right,
with
so
her.
but I have worked on myself. So my response this time was, "Oh no, I'm all good. I actually went and got that done last week when I asked you about it."
You should have actually said, "Go ahead and send me that." And then after they sent it, then you should have said, "Next time it's gonna be this amount. Will you have it all?"
Oh, thank thanks. But okay, that's not rude, but I'm sure.
No, because the thing about it is you being direct. If this something that he
I'm
said
good at that.
every time you do it, every time you go and you take care of this particular thing, I'm gonna cover it. You also can't call him the day of. See, that's the problem. Like, you probably called that hour, that minute, you about to go do it.
No, it was the morning of.
Same thing.
still
It
the
was
same
like
day.
9 in the morning.
It's
The
still the same
appointment
day.
was at 3.
It wasn't in his plan.
Same day.
He didn't go to sleep with that calculation on his mind.
Well, why would you think a week later that I didn't get it done? You didn't hold up this show.
He not thinking about your schedule in that area. You
Oh,
gotta
well,
tell
okay.
him.
Well, it got done, sir.
But see, again, we going off topic. We're gonna get back to fucking.
I'm at the school you.
Wait a minute. How did this turn into?
Because we'll be on here talking to Tosha all day about her.
I'm trying to help
issues.
you out. You said you the one
All
that said
day.
you want a man and you want a husband or whatever. I'm like,
See, that's the thing. I don't just want a husband. I want the husband. The right
whatever that means, but it's still certain stuff that you know what I'm saying.
We're gonna work on your husband vision board.
They trying to put me in boot camp. But y'all.
No, I'm not trying to put you in boot camp. I'm
Okay.
just gonna try to drop some nuggets on you.
Okay.
I mean, if
necessary.
you focus on the wrong thing, then you'll end up missing this husband, the husband that you want, because some of the small things that you're focusing on could mess up the bigger picture. Because really, people can grow into whatever you need anyway, but that's dictated based on where y'all at.
That went right over her head, bro. That
No,
went
it
right
didn't.
over her
No,
head.
it didn't. Cause see,
That
that's what I
that
heard
went right over her head.
was.
Come on
What
now,
I
Tasha.
heard
Act
was
like you know.
you can marry potential, and
No,
sometimes
that's
That
not
went
what I
over her
said.
head.
That's
That
not
went
what
over
I
her
said.
head.
no, that ain't the word you.
No, that's not what I'm saying at all. That's
Okay.
how I know you didn't get it. We had to talk off camera. I
Okay.
got you.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm trying to school you on some game.
No,
You can ask my wife these questions too, because this is why we work.
You know I'm going back.
she need another
that's what's up.
45 minutes.
Every
for
6
that.
months, it's me and the wifey.
No,
She
you
got to
need-
tell me
you
what's
need a
going
whole
on in my
nother-
life.
I actually want to do it for the. I want to try it.
Okay, you can go to his wife because she's
I
awesome.
want to try it.
She's
Oh,
my
well, we got
favorite.
to tell them what we're talking about. Number one, because
Oh,
that
okay.
sounds real random.
So sorry, we've slid off, but
Completely.
our
off.
engineer's wife does tarot readings and intuitive readings, and she's my reader. So she's
Which is
awesome.
how we ended up here.
Which is how we ended up here, because at my last reading, my birthday is December 4th, so I got a reading on around my birthday, and at my last reading, I was just sharing with her like that. She was just telling me like I need to get back into my creative space. That she knows that that's something about me that I exude, and I need to get back in that space. And so I was like, it's funny you would mention that. I've been wanting to do a podcast ever since the last one I was working on ended, and I just haven't felt like I haven't had the money. And then she's like, yeah, you can't do that. Like, you'll find a reason to talk yourself out of it every step of the way. You just have to kind of go and let the things like figure themselves out.
That's that leaping out on faith and saying
Yep.
fuck it.
Okay, so we are reaching the end of our showtime, getting close. If we have any more callers, hurry up, call in, speak your mind. 248-854-9850. In the meantime, we hope that you all have enjoyed what we've discussed so far. Hey, and my final words are: if you are unhappy at a job, or if you don't feel valued at a job, please do not cling to that job thinking that that's the last opportunity. I think that's where a big part of the fuck that job comes from, is just having that faith that you're going to be okay. Because you don't have to stay in any place where your work isn't appreciated, where you are not valued and respected coming to work, and your health doesn't matter. Like, some of these stories I've heard about these companies and how they are responding to COVID is insane. So, it's all about taking charge of your life. And if you have to say fuck that job, go on and say it.
Fuck that job.
And believe that something else will come through.
Yeah, you got to definitely walk by faith. I definitely hope somebody got a small message out of this, is that no matter where you are in regards to your place as far as your career or the job that you are at, there's always a better opportunity out there. Don't stop looking. Don't settle for that one job just because this is what you feel like you have to do at the moment. You definitely got to just sometimes just say fuck it and walk by faith. Or whatever it is that you believe in, you got to believe in that higher power and definitely do what's best for you and not what's best for that corporation.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
All right. Well, that is episode 1, y'all. Thank you so much. You are with a lady and a savage. catch us same time, 8:00 p.m.
Every
Eastern,
week.
next Thursday, where we are going to get into traditional and non-traditional relationships. That's what we're talking about next
That
week.
one gonna get deep. That's gonna
hit.
And we're gonna talk about ours. Definitely appreciate everybody for tuning in, though.
Thanks for tuning in. Have a great night.
We out.